Who are you?
Who am I? Can we go back to your theme song while I think about it?
You are Questlove.
Yes, I am Questlove. That's exactly who I am. I'm Questlove.
Welcome to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Thank you, Nardwuar. I've been waiting for this moment for a long, long time.
And I have a gift for you to welcome you to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Right here, a Motortown Review poster.
Is this the jackpot moment for you, like when you catch us all off guard? Because right now I've been prepping myself like, I'm not going to get caught. I don't care what he pulls. He can pull Michael Jackson back from the dead. No, I'm not going to get... Yo. This to me... Oh, my... Oh, yo, Willie... Wait, what you find? Yo, I hate when you do this. I love when you do this. But man, this...
Now, please, could you explain? What are you laughing at? The ventriloquist right off the bat.
Willie Tyler and Lester. This is... I mean, to me... I'm gonna explain to them why this is important to me. I mean, first of all, it's historical, and it's also good to look at. But the type of world that I am involved in now, I am often the epicenter of review shows like this. Like, you know, this summer I'm gonna back up on the 4th of July different luminaries from all walks of life. And like, to me, the Motortown Review is one of the greatest like review shows ever. Like, simply because like you get an array of different stars, and God, Willie Tyler and Lester. I mean, they thought of everything. They have comedians, pop acts, young upstarts, you know, the Contours and Gladys Knight and the Pips. I mean, and Stevie Wonder headlining. And this is amazing. You managed to stump me. You normally wait like 4 questions in, and then you get the sucker punch. But you just came in instantly from the top with shocking me. Yes, this means a lot. Wait, is this mine?
That is yours to keep, Questlove.
Okay, good, because normally you won't be giving shit away. I'm just saying that. I just got a brand new house. This is going up, and I'm going to frame this baby. And thank you. I appreciate this.
I'm so excited you like it. First off, though, I want to ask you, Stevie Wonder and the Cosby Show got you into sampling, right?
Absolutely. Many people in the hip-hop world, when they were, you know, the classic era of beat making, many consider the episode in which Stevie Wonder, Stevie Wonder's driver, accidentally hits Denise Huxtable and Theo Huxtable on the highway. First, I was amazed at the restraint of the Cosbys. You could tell they really weren't from Brooklyn, because an average Brooklyn family would have thought, I can get money out of this. Stevie Wonder hit my child. Anyway, so you know the Cosby really weren't from Brooklyn. But when Stevie Wonder lets them come to a recording session and kind of introduces the idea of a sampler, where they all said a particular word. Denise said, I don't know what to say. Vanessa said her boyfriend's name Robert. Rudy said, ah, because she thought that's the noise that a giraffe makes. Bill Cosby, Dr. Huxtable had to go deliver a baby. And Claire Huxtable did la. And the most famous of all of the outbursts was Theo Huxtable's line, if he ever comes into a party, he says, jamming on the one. Like, ooh, this party's really great. Jamming on the one. It's oh God. See, now Malcolm thinks I'm making fun of him. But anyway, yeah, so Stevie Wonder sampled all these things in a sampler, and then we were begging our parents to get us toy samplers, the Casio SK1, of which, you know, you say little curse words here and there, you know, no one's looking. Shit, you know, every other curse word. And then one day I figured, well, why not try music? And then I would sample music, and that's what really reeled me into hip hop culture. My first sampler.
Thank you, Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
And the Cosbys. And looking over here some more, I have something else to point out too. Who do we have there? Bobby Taylor.
And the Vancouvers. Yeah, and it's spelled correctly. Yes.
Bobby Taylor, who discovered Michael Jackson.
5, yes. Bobby Taylor discovered the Jackson 5.
Now that you agree with me that hip-hop Ground Zero started in Vancouver, can you please give some credit Bobby Taylor and the Vancouvers for helping discover Michael Jackson?
Yes. Look, you have always, you take more pride in your city than any other historian I've ever known repping their particular city. You rep Vancouver better than other rappers rep their areas. Like, I've learned, I even got involved in that Apache documentary because you really made it known the history that Vancouver's played in music. But yeah, Bobby Taylor, haven't seen the Jackson 5 in their Chitlin circuit days of playing, contests at the Uptown, the Regal, the Apollo Theater, takes the Jackson 5 to Motown Records. Actually, this woman, Gladys Knight, also takes credit for the same thing. And of course, Barry Gorey, being the mastermind, said that it's better if we give it to Dinah Ross because she's the bigger name out of all of you. And so she presented the Jackson 5. But Bobby Taylor and Gladys Knight kind of both are tugging of war with the credit of who brought the Jackson 5 to life first.
But you rip Philly pretty good. And, Questlove, Philly graffiti, Cool Earl, and Cornbread.
Yes. Wait, how do you know this? How do you know?
Well, I was fascinated. We have to know. You're Questlove. But I was curious. Cool Earl and Cornbread, is it true that they tagged the Jackson 5's jet and an elephant at the zoo?
How do you know this? I've heard this legend, but wait, how do you even know of the legend? How do you know? Like,
you rep Philly. I have to know about Philly because you rep Philly. Could you explain? This is pretty amazing. Philly graffiti, Cool Earl, and Cornbread.
Yes, I've heard the legend of these two luminary graffiti artists from the Philadelphia area actually tagging, various landmarks. And there were certain graffiti artists that had dreams of getting their tags on famous landmarks. I've heard about this Jackson 5 thing. I didn't know if it was true or not. It is true?
I've heard it been verified as true, and also I've heard they tagged an elephant at the zoo. What do you think about that?
That I didn't know. I believe it because Philly, we've actually, managed to turn around. It's funny that you mentioned graffiti culture. Graffiti culture, more than DJ culture in Philly, was world famous. Also world famous in Philly was their first anti-graffiti network, which is basically how Black Thought, who's an expert at this stuff, he's a walking Smithsonian of graffiti writers from Philadelphia. He once got caught tagging Philadelphia walls and had to work at the anti-graffiti network. Now, cut to 20 years later, that being a punishment of sorts, now Tariq and I are sort of the ambassadors of the Philadelphia art mural. Now Philadelphia's managed to turn all the graffiti artists that it once rehabbed in terms of punishment and cleaning these walls into now being like art representatives and doing like murals, like these really beautiful murals we have the most murals of any city in the United States in Philadelphia. Like there's over 4,000. I didn't know there was 4,000 walls in Philadelphia, let alone big giant murals. So yeah, I've heard the legend of that Jackson 5. I did not know about the elephant. So once again, you have educated me onto something I didn't know, and I will go and meticulously research this.
Taking it back to Philly, Questlove, you can put that poster down. I wanted to ask you here about Philly old school.
Chaco, oh man, you do not have you. Oh my God, you really. they find you at, man? Oh my God, you got Rhythm Talk by Jocko. Jocko will also treat you good. Oh my God. Okay. Jocko Henderson is, I won't even say a self-proclaimed. I will give him credit. He's the first MC. The first uncredited MC. He was a personality from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who was very jazzy. He was coming from a jazz standpoint. He didn't have hip-hop mentality because hip-hop really was invented in the 50s. But the idea of, ooh, pop-a-doo, how do y'all do? I'm scene with the record machine, and I'm Jocko Henderson, dun, dun, dun. And he would have a special rhythmic prose about his delivery. Everything was in a rhyme, and his new James Brown, right on time. He had like a lot of pizzazz, and his intonation was perfect. So about a month after Rapper's Delight came out, which one could sort of say that Wonder Mike's first line is rather derivative of Jocko Henderson. Jocko Henderson would have been a person that could have said, I said hip hop, a hip to the hip to the hip hop, you don't stop the rock to the bang bang boogie, up the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie beat. You hear how jazzy that sounds? So a month later, Rhythm Talk comes out. Rhythm Talk, the backdrop was Ain't No Stopping Us Now. A song about upward mobility, but really had a killer bass line. And God, Jocko Henderson just rhymes. Pop to the fat jam. Hop, listen to the bad jam. Hop, somebody shout aloud and clear. Party is over here. Do it in the kitchen, do it in the hall. Do it like a ball, up against the wall, and then hop, tough drum. Then I've not heard this in 34 years, so I'm going off of my 8-year-old memory. But Rhythm Talk, wow, you did it. Like, I don't think we can do any more interviews in the future because there's no way that you're going to, again, you would have to bring Michael Jackson back to life. You probably got, I know you don't got more shit. Anyway, yes, this means a lot to me. God, how do you know this?
Your Questlove, we have to prepare, but I think there's a connection. Isn't there a connection between you and Jocko? Like, didn't Jocko manage your dad's band for a bit?
Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot that part. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the way that you really got played on the air, on the radio, was you either had to give credit to a certain DJ. I mean, you had to shake hands and kiss babies. This is a game of politics. So Jocko Henderson managed my father's band, Leanders and the Hearts, his doo-wop band. And, kind of being under the tutelage of Jocko Henderson, that's how my father got picked to play sock hops and high schools and colleges and frat houses and local gigs of the day. But yeah, I totally forgot that, aside from being a pioneering DJ and an MC, Jocko Henderson was also my dad's manager.
It's great to have you here in Vancouver, Questlove, because I'm going to ask you about more Philly groups. This group right here, the Tough Crew. What can you tell the people about Tough Crew?
They were very tough. All right, now I got to put the poster down.
What I find is interesting is Tough Crew did a split with the Crown Rulers, right?
The Crown Rulers, yes. They had an album called Fan Jam.
And Kick the Ball connects to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Kick the Ball is kind of how me and Tariq connected. The Tough Crew split studio costs with another local Jersey, which is kind of between the Philly. So I guess like the relationship that Vancouver would have to maybe Seattle. It's kind of how like Philly and Jersey were, Camden and Philly, except it was much closer. So they released a record, an EP called Fan Jam. Side 1 was Tough Crew and their 4 songs. Side 2 was Crown Rulers and their 4 songs. And the seminal favorite was a song called Kick the Ball, which sampled Bill Summers, well, not Bill Summers, which sampled the Headhunters' God Made Me Funky breakbeat. But we didn't know that Herbie Hancock's Headhunters made a song called God Made Me Funky, which, you know, would have been hiding in my father's record collection, but I didn't know it at the time. So we just naturally called that beat Kick the Ball. And so the way that Tariq and I sort of connected in high school was that he heard me playing the God Made Me Funky breakbeat, and he instantly ran up like, yo, that's Kick the Ball. And I was like, no, that's the Headhunters, you know, God Made Me Funky. He said, nah, man, that's Kick the Ball. I was like, huh? And then I sort of put two and two together that what he knows as a sample, I just knew as something from my dad's record collection. And so thus began our relationship. But the Tough Crew, this is, you know, one of the classic Philly groups. DJ Too Tough, an expert cutter, white DJ. Really was unheard of back then. Like in 1987, like, whoa, your DJ's a white boy? Can he get down? And he was incredible. Not to mention, even though Ice Dog is rocking Gazelles here, like this is the Philly look. Even though the beard is missing, this beard I'm representing, like these sort of Gazelles, these hammer Gazelles, this is quintessential Philly right here. This is amazing. You're on your A game.
Well, Questlove, got some other things to ask about right from Philly here. Was this the first record ever to get banned of the rap persuasion? MC...
Do you have Discombobulator? Oh, my God. Not only do you have Discombobulator Boobulator, but you freaking have the original... you have the original pressing of it. Like, I want to... My God. The singing MC Breeze.
You've had him on stage.
The singing MC Breeze is, if you were a fan of the Hammer Empire, let's go to 1990. Hammer had a solo artist named Joey B. Ellis who did a song called Go For It, which was featured in...
Rocky V?
Rocky V, yeah, Rocky V. Before Joey B. Ellis was Joey B. Ellis, he was the singing MC breed. And his talent was that he was from Philadelphia, and he could sing and also rap, which at the time, you know, another Canadian we know can sing and rap also, nameless. But, you know, this was a novelty back in 1986. Also notable in this very original, this hard to find, almost priceless artifact of a 12-inch. When he did later pressings, he did without the yellow and black artwork. But basically, Schoolie D and Schoolie D and MC Breed would have the same sort of artwork. They would do this yellow and black motif and kind of graffiti style. His was Breeze Records, whereas I think Schoolie D was Schoolie D Records, and both records sort of looked the same. They did like graffiti on them. Discombobulator Boobulator was a narrative that kind of caught the ear. This was a massive hit in Philadelphia, but then one Lorraine Ballard Morrow, the Asian news correspondent, I sound like I'm on the Family Guy, our Asian news correspondent, Lorraine Ballard Morrow of Power 99, was highly offended at his rather extreme views on purchasing Chinese food, using a lot of stereotypes. So subsequently, this record got banned, and then went out of print. It is offensive still deemed a classic, and this is extremely priceless. And how, in God's name, did you find this?
We have to find it for Questlove.
Oh my! I just can't believe I'm holding this because I've had other versions, but it's reissued. He cleaned up, it's sort of like the Rick Ross of his day. Like he cleaned up the lyric, and now the version that we all have is sort of the redone version of Discombobulator Boobulator. But wow.
The cool thing to mention is it was on his own record label, too. He released it himself.
Yeah, on Breeze Records. Well, that's what I was saying. That Breeze Records and Schoolie D Records that was a Philly thing to sort of have your own label and, your name as your label. I'm floored, man. Wow.
Your Questlove in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Want to take it back to Philly again. Now, was this the first female LP?
Okay, I didn't even look at what you put in my hands. But is this Lady B's to the Beat?
Yes, it is, indeed.
This is not Lady B's to the Beat. Holy shit, is Lady B's to the Beat, y'all. Nick Martinelli, oh my God, I'm just, wow. I did not know Nick Martinelli engineered this. That's even more crazier than me holding. This is basically the first rap by a female on wax. To the beat, y'all. Lady B would educate me and nurture and introduce many a hip-hop classic to me for between 1980 on WHAT AM in Philadelphia, thus moving to Power 99 in 1986, and staying there till 1990. So, yeah, she, again, once Rapper's Delight came out, it just opened up the floodgates. And she just happened to sequence the first female rap group to the punch by releasing a rather post-disco sounding rap. Rap was post-disco in 79, 80. But the fact that Nick Martinelli was the engineer on this record is mind-blowing to me.
Now, why is that? Could you explain to the people?
No, I mean, Nick Martinelli is a famous producer who obviously in 79, 80 must have just been an upstart. I mean, this is the equivalent of me discovering that the engineer on Double Fantasy by John and Yoko Ono was none other than Interscope president Jimmy Iovine. Everyone gets their start somewhere. So Jimmy Iovine started off as an engineer, and then he was executive A&M, and then he started scoring movies like The Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink. Then he became president of Interscope. So this shows that, yesterday's engineer can be tomorrow's super producer. This is kind of incredible.
So, Questlove, from the obscure Philly to maybe the not-so-obscure Philly, what can you tell the people about Larry, Larr, and Cool C?
Ooh, Larry Larr. Oh God. Okay. These are priceless artifacts. Wait a minute. You have confused. You don't hear Larry. That's what they call me. You have his second. How do you have the second single that didn't make any noise?
It made noise in Canada. It made it way up here.
You serious? The hell? Larry Larr was a part of Philly's second wave. Along with the Tough Crew, there was a posse. I mean, the idea of a collective. One of the most famous hip-hop collectives, of course, is Native Tongues, a collective of Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers. Philly had their version of their collective, and I believe they called themselves the Legion of Doom, which consisted of 3 Times Dope, Steady B, well, they were called the Hilltop Hustlers, but then they became the Legion of Doom. So back when they were in Hilltop Hustler mode, a part of West Philly, that Hilltop Hustlers would have actually been the thugs that picked up Will Smith and twirled him around and teased him on the basketball court at the top of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, they would have been those guys. So Larr was a part of that crew. And Cool C, this is, all right, more than Ice Dog of Tough Crew, this is quintessential Philadelphia. He has his Hilltop Hustlers chain, but he also has his African medallion on. It's like you got to be conscious and street at the same time. He's holding about, I imagine this would be like $3,000. He has a 50 here, hundreds there. And Alpinas. This was a sign, like now when you know someone's from Philly, they have a very full beard like I do. But back then, Cool C, his Alpinas. You know, he was trying to emulate what street hustlers, what drug dealers, Philly drug dealers look like. They would wear Alpinas. So when you wanted to look fly in Philly, this is how you dress. You wore your Dookie Go Grope. You wore your crew's name. You had the African medallion for some reason. You had money inside your waist and your pockets. And you had Alpinas. You did not walk around with a velvet apple on your plaid jacket looking like a teacher. Cool C, unfortunately, met a horrible, the demise of his career. He met a very untimely halt to his career. He's a connoisseur of money, as you see. And he decided, him and his other Hilltop Hustler brethren, Steady B, and him decided that they were going to rob a bank. Steady B was the getaway driver. Cool C was one of the gunmen. The other gunman was a man named Snook Nooka. Snook Nooka. SNOOK KNUCKA. That's a lot of K's in a name. Snook Nooka. Failed, botched robbery attempt. They are all on death row. Not trying to make light of it. I know my delivery is very dry and whatnot, so it's a little hilarious, but there's nothing funny about the way that they kind of went out. So their demise, we even though we kind of looked up to them as the older hip-hop generation, I mean, we kind of aimed to be the very opposite of this. You know, I wanted this to be a level of cool. Velvet apples, cool. You know, not me letting you know that I have money. Matter of fact, I dress so that people don't think I have money.
Questlove, is it true that Hawaiian Punch got you banned from TV?
Yeah. I love records because I wasn't allowed to watch TV. Specifically, I wasn't allowed to watch cartoons because one particular animated cartoon got me in a lot of trouble. One of my favorite commercials as a kid gave me a brilliant idea. And what I did was, as a 3-year-old, I said, "Hey, Mom, come here 1 second." I said, "Mom, come here." "No, Mom, come closer. Come closer." "Right. Okay. Now, when I say, how about a nice Hawaiian Punch, you say, sure." And my mom was like, "Huh?" I said, "Mama, no, Mama, listen. I'm going to say, no, you're going to say, I'm going to say, no, you're going to ask me, how about a nice, no, I'm going to say, how about a nice Hawaiian Punch? And all you say is sure. Just say sure, okay, Mom?" And Mom was like, "Okay, sure." I said, "Wait, but just come closer, come closer." Okay, so, how about a nice Hawaiian Punch? Bam! I sucker punched the shit out of my Cut to no more television except for music shows. So, Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble for that because they saw me emulating the commercial and they were just like, no, you can't. No more TV. So they took it away.
And there were two music shows that you were allowed to watch. Those were Soul Train and Saturday Night Live.
Technically, I was not allowed to watch Saturday Night Live.
The last 15 minutes of Saturday Night Live.
Yes. Soul Train came on at 1 in the morning. So they woke me up at 12:45. And, you know, that's when the second song would occur for the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. So I was allowed to watch that. And then the dead sketches, the last-minute sketches, usually Jim Henson stuff. So Jim Henson, no harm in that. And then at 1 in the morning, I put the cover on my head and kind of peek through. Because, again, you're in a very dark house with vermin running around, spiders and cockroaches and sometimes mice. And you're watching a gray train, animated train, dance from behind the earth, yelling, "The Soul Train!" It would scare the mess out of any 8-year-old, but yet I was obsessed with it. So I used to watch Soul Train under a crochet blanket on the couch because that used to scare me, but also thrill me at the same time. So, yeah.
You love the Soul Train. The Soul Train, though, also made its way all the way to Chicago. And I have a gift here for you, an article in Rocktober fanzine all about Soul Train in... Questlove here. Please tell the people.
Yo, it's just... Not gonna cry. I'm not. Hold this for me, please.
That's for you to keep. It's an article by Jake Austin all about Soul Train in Chicago. And maybe you could tell me it was pretty rare because Soul Train...
Yes, no one... I'm working on Soul Train's book. We cannot find any of the photos from that era. This is very rare. Soul Train started out as a local show in Chicago in a room no bigger than where we are right now. Oh, my God, man. The hell... And the fact that what even means more to me is the font of Rocktober. This is emulated from a fanzine that I was a big fan of called Right On Magazine. Like before the internet, before Huffington Post, before OKPlayer.com. Like when I was a kid, the only way I found out information on my favorite artists was in Right On Magazine. So, yes, I'm super floored that I'm holding a periodical based on the Chicago period of Soul Train before they went to Los Angeles with a very radical dressing Don Cornelius inside of a room with the original stage with B.B. King, of course. But just the fact that this periodical was so clever enough to emulate the freaking Right On Magazine font. I truly believe you could have found Bin Laden 10 years before you can find anything. Like, what stumps you? Like, I know you love the grassy knoll information and stuff like that. Like, what? Like, do you know who really shot Kennedy? Like, what?
I found this in Rocktober, which is the greatest fanzine in the world. So I guess I just love the greatest fanzine.
Damn.
So all credit goes to Rocktober right there because they educate me up and down.
Turning Vancouver into my favorite place in the world to get interviewed. Jesus. Like, even the second time when Pharrell did the interview, I was like, I know Pharrell's not going to be so amazed. God, damn. You live for this. You live for stumping us, man.
I live for giving joy. I'm so happy that you're excited about this, Questlove.
Oh my God, man! I want to play theme music 1 second. Let's cut to your theme song.
Well, as you look there, I want to ask you about another Philly combo or with Philly ties, Fresco.
This is not Fresco and Miz. Man,
This is a DJ.
it's just hell. All right, Fresco and Miz. DJ Miz, who I think he made first place in the DMC Champions. Philadelphia is known for its lineage of championship DJs. Jazzy Jeff, DJ Cheese, DJ Cash Money, DJ Miz, another great. Fresco, also I believe he won the New Music Seminar MC battle, 1988, I believe 1988. Jesus. Yes, we don't play. Speed rap. I'm sorry. I'm messed up. This whole interview is messing me up. I'm messed up. But another quintessential Philly, Jeff Cut, rocking the beads. You know, less gold than before, but they don't play. See, my era of hip hop, everybody's rocking a medallion. I'm rocking apples, but they're rocking medallions. God, man, I'm sorry, man. You already won the fight with the Soul Train thing. I'm just.
Well, you're a great hip hop historian, Questlove, and I love asking you stuff. I want to ask you right here about the Rock Steady, the Rock Steady crew right here, because you guys brought these out on stage. These guys, could you explain about the Rock Steady crew to people?
The Rock Steady crew, one of the greatest b-boys. I mean, this is like Ken Swift and Crazy Legs, Baby Love. God, oh damn, I didn't even know that she was represented. Like, they're basically like, they're the ultimate b-boy and b-girl dance crew. Like, they were their own dancers for the ideas of like having dancing in your hip hop performance. I mean, it starts with the b-boys and the b-girls, because if they don't respond to the music, then you don't have hip hop music and hip hop culture. But the Rocksteady crew from New York City were some of the baddest dancers, and then eventually they got a deal to rhyme.
I guess I was curious. You brought them out on stage. Are they a franchise now?
Yes, we brought out the Rocksteady crew back in 1996 when we came out. Like, we were just trying to embrace everybody that we looked up to in b-boy history. Funny story about Crazy Legs. For those of you that are aficionados of or take to liking to the movie Flashdance, there's a scene where doing that big giant ballet recital at the end that Jennifer Beals is doing to Flashdance with a Feeling, where she starts up rocking and then she spins on her back. That ain't Jennifer Beals. That's Crazy Legs.
Winding up here, Questlove, just have a kind of a group of hip hop records I want to ask you about. A group.
I didn't even look. Wait. But the way he always smiles when you turn away and the look of panic in my eyes, am I the only person that have a panic look in my eye? Because I don't know what is going to happen next. Okay, something just dropped. But
okay, here are a few of these hip hop groups that I want to ask you about.
Notice I didn't look at what he has. I just want to. All right, good. Just start describing them.
Well, right here we have the Rappin
Duke, Daha. Yes, novelty rap at its finest. I know some people are, they feel a certain way about novelty rap, but nobody was from, even the Notorious Big legitimized and validated the Rappin Duke. Remember Rappin Duke? Daha. This is the Rappin Duke as John Wayne. You know what I learned yesterday? I did not know that John Wayne was 6'5". I learned that. Paul Thomas Anderson, thank you, pal. He told me that I did not know that he was that tall. But yes, the Rappin' Duke was, well, not the Rappin' Duke, but the Rappin' Duke's character, John Wayne, was 6'5". I did not know that.
And then we have the Rappin'
Reverend.
The Rappin' Reverend.
You know what? Okay, you, on Fantasy Records, you officially,
I ain't into that.
you've stumped me because, okay. Pushers and pimps trying to make me stray, serving me death on a silver tray. They get on my nerves, wasting my time, offer me dope, sex, and crime. But I hang tough and I stand up tall. I look at them in the eye and I tell them all, get out of my face, you low-down cat. I'm a different breed. I ain't into that.
The Rappin' Reverend.
I bet you any amount of money he was into that.
Like the Rappin' Duke, the Rappin' Reverend.
Yes, the Rappin' Duke, the rapper. You've officially stumped me because I know nothing about this record. I'm trying to study its history. Wow, this is a long ass verse. I gotta hear this.
The Rappin' Duke, the Rappin' Reverend, and we also have Mel Brooks with
Not the Rappin' Hitler.
the Hitler rap.
Oh, is this from History of the World?
It's from To Be or Not to Be.
I did not know about this. I knew about It's Good to Be the King, but I did not. We have ways of making you dance. What the hell? This actually came out
In 1983, and Rodney Dangerfield.
Is this Anne Bancroft? Holy shit! It is Anne Bancroft. Damn, she's young. Well, she was young then. But go ahead. Give me
I
this.
guess what I was wondering is Mel Brooks did the Hitler rap, Rodney Dangerfield did Rappin' Rodney, and it was like an 83. Are these guys hip hop pioneers? Like 83, that's pretty early, isn't it?
Well, you know, I remember in the History of the World the scene where the Sultan is listening to Funky Town on the boombox. Mel Brooks' first rap record was It's Good to Be the King, which came out in, I think, 1980, because then Sylvia Robinson, president of Sugar Hill Records, who, incidentally, I'm going to take her niece's word for it. I knew that when Sylvia Robinson was Mickey and Sylvia, she played guitar in Mickey and Sylvia. I'm now hearing from her niece that she played bass on all the Moments stuff on her label. But more importantly, I've been told that Sylvia Robinson played bass on Rapper's Delight, not Doug Winbush. I will investigate further. But yeah, the Hitler rap, I won't touch this with a 10-foot pole. I won't touch a 10-foot pole. But you, my friend, have done stellar work today. I was emotionally preparing myself to be cool. I wanted to be like Jay-Z cool, like just like, all right, what you got for me? Damn, you got me good today, man.
We are here in a barber shop. What sort of hair pick do you have right now? I guess people are wondering.
To look up this hair pick, it doesn't have a title. This is all I know is patent number. This means that in the United States, this is the 238,000. I'm sorry, the 23,882 invention. It's known by its patent number. I had to stock up. I have about 5,000 of these. I think left, maybe I have about 2,000. That means throughout the 20 years, I've just given away. Most of them have gone to roadies. It falls out my hair on stage, and then I forget about it, and then when the night's over and they're packing up, hey, I got the Questlove Afro pick. I've looked on eBay and seen a few of them on not for sale, like for like a 25 cent. You can't give them away.
Well, welcome back to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, Questlove.
Sing the. I'm ready. Sing the refrain. Go ahead.
Well, actually, I was going to say, anything else you want to add to the people out there at all?
Bump, 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 bump.
Almost, Questlove. Keep on rocking in the free world and do.
Wait, how'd you carjack my ending that I carjacked from you? Oh, God. This is crazy. I can stand there all day, man.